Perfectionism, I had a great episode of my podcast where my two coaches came on.
Mm-hmm.
One's Ben Crow, who's
Mm-hmm.
a mindset coach, and one's Asher Packman, who's a former president of Meditation Australia. Some of what I talked about with regards to, what meditation is, really quoting Asher.
Mm-hmm.
But we talked about the addiction to perfectionism. Now, perfectionism, once we reach it, it's the end. Once you're perfect, it's done. Whatever it is. Once you've got perfect, that's done. The only other thing that is done, what's done when it's done, is when we die, right? So perfectionism is like a death. And therefore, I should say that being addicted to perfectionism is really like being addicted to death.
It's kind of heavy, isn't it?
It's really heavy, but it's really true.
Yeah.
That you are so hungry to get to something
To the end.
that has ended. And really, therefore, we have to embrace failure and embrace imperfections and know that we're winging it and know that not everyone's got it sorted. No one's got it fucking all sorted.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
But when we celebrate that stuff, we go, I actually get out on stage now and love to play with my imperfections. Try shit that I don't normally try.
Yeah.
And don't care, I was a bit pitchy there, or I missed that little thing, but I gave something a crack that I wouldn't normally. Maybe I'll go for an optional high note, or just try it, because how the hell am I going to know if I'm going to expand if I don't risk failing?
Yeah.
And failure is really just, first attempt in learning. It's failure is where you get all your lessons.
So if somebody, on this note of failure, and specifically for like auditions and all these sort of things, it's quite relevant.
Yeah.
So how do you create the mindset of being able to accept and embrace those failures?
Yeah. That when it comes to auditions, our sense of failure is not the panel sense of failure. Our sense of failure as artists is often, I didn't get the gig. Yeah. So rejection, I'm not a pro on many things, but I am definitely an absolute pro on rejection, because just in the biz is you become professional at getting rejected.
Yeah.
So sure. And I apply it to dating and stuff now to give it a crack.
Yeah.
They weren't interested in me. Because I know that rejection is a doorway to acceptance. The more you're rejected, the closer you are to where you can be accepted or will be accepted. So by not playing in the game of rejection, you're actually risking not finding your tribe, not finding that job, not finding that thing that lights you up.
Yeah.
So it's where fear gets in the way of love. Acceptance is a derivative of love, and rejection is a derivative of fear.
So what are some specific techniques that you've used to get from that space of fear to love in auditions? You can use auditions as it's an reasonable example.
Or in regards to rejection.
And you can apply it to whatever. Rejection that is like fear-based rejection versus just acceptance and embracing the next step on the pillar towards wherever you're going.
So it's really, for me, has been about knowing what I am in control of in that space, in that audition space, or in that date, or in that whatever it is where you risk rejection.
Yeah.
And so I've talked about a little bit in our short sizzle, but I created these P's around it because they've been really helpful in teaching other people about it. So the first one is preparation, do your homework, really do your hours, whatever it is that you're working at, do your hours. Even when it comes to that, in relationship settings, you're going to see someone, and let's say, you've met, you're on socials together, don't just stalk and check out whether they're hot, stalk and learn, really learn about them. Read their captions, engage in who they are.
Yeah.
Be curious, So that's preparation. Presence, I know in an audition, it's so easy. We all get caught in this trap to go, I'm thinking about where I was or where I want to be. I can be in an audition. I've been in auditions thinking about the callback. I'm reading it going, I hope they like this. I hope I get a callback. I'm not in the work.
Yeah.
Like, be here now. Like, it's the aliveness of any moment can only ever be happening in the moment.
Yeah.
You know, and we get caught in the trap of like, you know, like, God, I've been in so many times. I've been in audition going, God, I sung this better in the shower this morning.
Yeah.
And like literally mid-phrase, thinking about that. And then I'm thinking about, did I wash my underarms? Did I? Like, and I'm thinking about whether I smell, whether I put deodorant on, all this
unrelated stuff.
And I'm not in the middle of a song.
Yeah.
But all these thoughts come into your head. Are they liking it? Do they like? I wonder if I wonder if I'm tall enough. I wonder if, you know, do they want a brunette? Like all these things that are like so out of my control. Even whether or not I put deodorant on is out of my control.
Yeah.
So presence, purpose.
Yeah.
Why are you there?
Yeah.
What intrinsic intention do you have for being there?
Yeah.
And is it to get famous?
Yeah.
Is it to get a job? Is it for security? Is it like, these are all fear-based things.
Yeah.
If your intention is, if your purpose is something that comes from us, but it's not about us. It's how we serve the world. So if your purpose there, you know what, this piece really speaks to me, and I feel so excited by the potentiality of sharing this with 1,500 people every night, because I deeply believe that it will affect them. That's loving.
Yeah.
So that's where we bring love rather than fear. Passion, bring everything you have to it. Like, give all of your stuff to it. Always love with that. But you can get caught in desire with passion, which can be fear-based. So if it's about receiving and not about giving, receiving is like, fill me up. Ego.
Yeah.
Fear. Giving is love. Play. And I think this is where we get caught up a lot. There's been a fair bit of research into play of late that states that play deprivation offers up similar stimulus or lack of stimulus or results as sleep deprivation.
Interesting.
So a lack of play in our lives.
So what can play look like?
Well, just quickly, for pulling that thread, a lack of play can make us exhausted. It can make us unmotivated. It can make us moody, stressed, anxious. So play is anything that we're bringing curiosity to, our creativity to, our imagination to, our sense of adventure to, risking failure to, because we always risk failure in play. You know, pull out the Monopoly board, I'm risking losing against you, you know. So they're the things. So being an explorer in it, gamifying the situation. When we don't do that, we become very attached to the result of it. And we become very attached to our self-worth being governed by the result of it. And so play actually evokes non-attachment. It helps with the idea of non-attachment. It says, I'm playing in this, but I am not defined by this.
Yeah.
Who I am, my worth, my enoughness isn't defined by the result of this. So play is, for me, the most important part of this, because it's the part that we struggle most with in society. Yeah. We're so concerned with getting it right, we miss the opportunity to explore it.
I quite like that, because I'm just thinking back as a kid, you're playing dress up, you're playing shopkeeper, you're playing all of these different things.
You're playing footy in the backyard.
And you're not it's not that deep. It's not that serious.
It's not that deep.
But you're learning a lot in that process.
Oh my God. So much play. Even the play where you're kicking a footy with yourself in the backyard and Piterman gets up, he takes a specky, siren goes and you're down by 5 points. And all this imagination, all this creativity that is innate within all of us. Every footy-obsessed kid, whether it's a balloon in the hallway or a little mini Sharon in the backyard, has played out kicking the goal after the siren to win the premiership. And this is all a part of the exploration of stuff. If you can bring that into your work, into that job interview, into that audition, into that meeting or whatever, it's game changing. And then the final one is patience or persistence of going, you know what? was present. I was prepared. I was passionate, purposeful, and playful. And the panel still wanted a 5'9" blonde guy, and I'm 6 foot and brunette, and I can do nothing about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just knowing what your power is and what your power isn't. And that the power to make the decision on who gets the role or who gets the job or the promotion or whatever is not in your hands.
Yeah.
So don't even bother spending time wasted
Yeah.
on that. Bryan Cranston talks about this. He's a great actor that people might know from Breaking Bad and Malcolm in the Middle. Don't waste your time putting your energy into the shit that is not in your control.
Yeah.
It's just wasted.
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
So that's been huge. And that's, I feel like when I evoke those 6 Ps, because I stuff it up all the time. I only created this because I stuff it up.
Yeah, for sure.
I know I'm leading with love and non-attachment.
Yeah. Great. Thank you for sharing. That was a lot.
I know it's a lot.
No, it's good. It's a lot of like frameworks for people to understand and hopefully have better outcomes. Yeah.